Welcome to Play Sports' presentation of Big Fury 6, Fury Football. I'm Keith Avalon from Play Games. Sam is running the controls again tonight. And tonight we wrap up Week 3 of Fury Football's Big Fury 6 with the Gulf Coast Splash taking on the Minnesota Chill. Minnesota has been the surprise of the league so far this year. The preseason Big Fury 6 favorites were New Orleans and Nashville, and the Chill has beaten them both in consecutive weeks. Now they're sitting alone at the top of the standings at 2-0, and everybody else is chasing them. How have they done it? Well, a lot of the credit has to go to Coach Chill Chalobek, who has made the right calls at the right times, dialing up some big plays from his coaching bag of tricks. But they've also had some big breaks. Both wins for the Chill this season have come down to the last stop on the last possession conversion of the other team. Against Nashville, a questionable short gain play call on a 8-yard conversion attempt by the Twang on the final play gave the win to the Chill, or preserved the win for the Chill. And then against New Orleans last week, big fun defensive back Puma Warren got flagged for what turned out to be the game-losing penalty points after seemingly winning the game with an interception on the last conversion in the end zone. So 2 plays, change them around, and the Chill's not sitting so well. But, hey, that's the way football works, right? So they are 2-0 and on top of the league. One change in the lineup for the Chill tonight. Defensive lineman Sato Yashimoto will start in place of Ice Melendez, hopefully getting a little more pressure on the Gulf Coast starback. For Gulf Coast, they're starting out 0-2 this year, 2 big losses, and that's going to mean big changes for the Splash. Gunnar Kilcrease is going to take over at starback for Imani Watercutter. Cheryl Jaste starts at left outside lineman, moves in, a little more consistency there. And on defense, they are hoping to shut down the Chill run game, get Tide Skirmisher and Float Fails a little more involved in things than they have been in past weeks. But the main thing the Splash feels they have to do is keep from committing silly penalties. If they can avoid the penalties, they feel like they got a chance. As a side note, inside league sources suggest that if the Splash goes down by more than 25 points during this game, that Coach Drown Schuler, who's been kind of on the hot seat with 2 blowout losses, will be replaced mid-game immediately, fired and replaced immediately. By whom? Well, we'll see. Don't know at this point, do we? Maybe Bull Walsh will come out of retirement and take over the Splash. Quick recap of the early action of Week 3. The LA Lunatics pulled off a huge upset. They knocked off the Big Fun, handing New Orleans their second loss of the season. 22-14 was the final. Roof Ruthless's defense is playing very well, has not yet given up 20 points in a game, only 32 points all season. Meanwhile, the Nashville Twang continued their rebound. They strummed the Vegas Bada Bings 37-6. Big day for Twang defensive lineman Hillbilly Harris, who had 2 defensive scores. And so the Lunatics and the Twang are breathing down the Chill's neck. If the Chill doesn't win tonight, it'll be a 3-way tie at the top of the league standings, all 3 teams at 2-1. Gulf Coast won the toss, elected to take the strategy cards first. Minnesota then elected to have last possession, so we'll start the game with the Splash on offense at midfield, and we are ready to roll with Big Fury 6 Week 3 action. All right, got Drown Schuler, the coach for the Splash, Chill Chalobek coaching the Chill, and here we go. Schuler is going to call for a audible to start things off. Chalobek is in the react defense, so right away we've got a loss down, and it's now second down. Oh, my board is correct. Schuler will call for a pass play. Chalobek is in the Fury defense, and we'll roll the dice. And we get a 1. That's going to be Taylor Tanasa, but wait a minute. The Splash are going to play their strategy card. Oh, wait, they can't play that one. Sorry, never mind. Taylor Tanasa is going to possibly be penalized, possibly intercept. So 5 or 6 is going to be intercepted, and that'll kill the drive. And we get a 5. Oh, a huge play by Tanasa. And Gulf Coast shut out in their first possession on the turnover. And they lose the strategy card control as well. A bad turn of events for the Splash. Here's the Chill with their first possession. Chalobek going to start out on the ground. Schuler will get in the gotcha defense, so it's a run defense. Now, most of the Chill strategy cards are offense-oriented, so this will likely be a score on their first possession. We'll see. 14 on the die roll, so run defense versus run play will be a loss. I believe, though, that they can. Yeah, they're gonna. Yeah, they're gonna play. They're gonna start out with a strategy card. Play the late flag strategy card, and if they roll 2, 3, or 4, there'll be a penalty called. A late flag thrown in. Oh, but it doesn't work. Well, that was the first. That turns the strategy card control back over to the splash, and they got to take the loss of only 1. All right, second down for the Chill from their own 9. Chellebeck calling a pass. Schuler is calling a pass defense. So far, so good for the Splash D. Pass v pass, a 14. That's going to be intercepted. Wow. They trade interceptions on the first set of downs. So we go to the second possession. There's no score. And the Splash get the ball at the 9. And they've got control of the strategy card. So Schuler's going to start out with a pass. Chellebeck in the Fury defense. And here we go. A 10. That'll be Marker Cone, who will go a long gain or a short gain. Either way, it's going to be a gain. 2, 3, 4 is a short gain. It is a short gain of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a very long, short gain. It's second down for the Splash at the Minnesota 3. All right, in the orange zone, it'll be a call for a run. Chellebeck is in the run defense. Run v run on second down. Can the Splash take a surprise lead? 3 on defense. That's going to be a Sherry Coleman. It's a touchdown or a short gain. 2, 3, 4 is a short gain. It's a 6 touchdown. So the Splash is in the end zone. Gunnar Kilcrease runs it in, and they've got the lead 6-0. Early upset possibilities here in Big Fury 6. All right, they're going to go for 1. Probably a smart move in this situation. Schuler will call a run play. Chellebeck in the pass defense. Run play versus pass defense. 7. Cheryl Jost, the new starter, with a medium gain. That's going to get him a point. And it's 7-0. Splash. Second conversion attempt will be for 2. They're just inching their way out. Schuler is going to call for a pass play this time. Chellebeck is in the pass defense. Pass versus pass. And we got a 13. That's going to be probably an interception. Yep, it is. But that won't hurt them too badly because it puts them back at the 2. Let's just check the strategy cards. I think they're gonna hold on to. Oh wait, but that's right. If it's an interception, it'll turn their card over, won't it? Well, I guess they lost control of their card, so they can't play it now. So it's 7-0. And Minnesota takes over at their own 2 for their second possession. Let's move the strategy card pawn over here. Chellebeck will call for a pass play. And Schuler's in the react defense. Pass versus react. Snow back to pass. It's a 2. Brock Topper bats it away incomplete. It is second down. Chellebeck now calling for a run play. I'm sorry. Yeah, a run. It is a run play against a run defense. Schuler's playing a pretty good game coaching. Run versus run. And it's another move into the Splash defensive backfield. This time for a short gain. Brock Topper again. And it'll be a gain of 1. Third down. All right, so at this point, I believe the Chill are going to go ahead and play their extra down for the offense, the ref distraction. So we'll make it second down again. Just moves it over here. Second down from the 3. Chellebeck is calling for a medium gain. It's one of his auto boutique calls. His bag, I call it the coaching bag of tricks. He's going to pick up only 4, though. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will be third down now. And Chellebeck is going to call for a audible on third down. Oh, my gosh. But Schuler is out of position on that one. He had a pretty good chance of stopping that play, actually. But instead he calls a pass defense, which, of course, means that Chellebeck will call for the run. Tristan Snow skirts outside. 7. It's going to be, no gain, Dax Evans. Kind of a wide receiver type at the flank for the Chill. Not much blocking there, so it's no gain. It's 4th down. Wow. So a huge down for the Splash. They can make a stop here. They'll go into halftime with a 7-0 lead. Chellebeck will call for a medium gain. That's not going to get in the end zone, though, even if they roll double sixes. But it's as good as a punt. Eight zones, or 8 markers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they do give up some field position. But we go to halftime with the Splash on top, 7-0. Here's where we do the Hub Light halftime show. We were talking about doing something at halftime, like maybe doing some sort of a back and forth conversation with using the chat room feature, or maybe talking about next week's games. Let's do a quick look ahead to Week 4. Of course, it's only a 6-week season for Big Fury 6. 6 teams, 6 weeks, 1 champion. We'll have the 6th week, of course, a playoff week, so really only 5 weeks of the regular season. So next week will be the next to last weekend of the regular season. The Bada Bings will take on the Chill. Of course, a lot on the line here, depending on how this game turns out. The Twang will take on the Lunatics. That's going to be our featured game next week. Both teams at 2-1, and depending on what happens here, it could be a rush for first place. The Twang definitely playing much better after their opening loss, and the Lunatics have been very impressive, particularly on defense. Then our final game is the Splash against the Big Fun. And who would have thought New Orleans would have 2 losses in their first 3 games? They pretty much have to win out starting next week against the Splash. So that'll be our 4th week of action for Big Fury 6. And again, our featured game next Tuesday night will be the Twang against the Lunatics. Back to the action here with the Chill trailing. So yes, I said trailing. The Gulf Coast Splash winless so far, but leading 7-0 as we enter the 3rd possession. All right. And they will take over at their own 5. They've got control of strategy cards, and they've already lost control once on a turnover, so they're not going to, you're sort of tempted to kind of hang on to them, but with the turnover rule, it prompts you to maybe use it. So we'll see if Schuler uses it here. He's going to call for a pass play. Chellebeck is in the run defense. Pass versus run. Kilcrease, back to pass, gets a 6. That's going to go into the Chill defense. It's Chance Ender from the outside. 5 or 6 is a sack. Let's see if it's a sack. Otherwise, it's going to be an incomplete pass. It's going to be a sack for 2 zones. I believe, though, I'm going to mark it, but I think, let's see. They had an additional, no, it's a defensive call. 7-11, no, I can't use that. Don't want to wait on the raining flags result. I think they will do the I'm going to do the raining flags result. So we're going to play the raining flags result, which is going to encourage flags from the officials. They'll throw 2 against the Chill and 1 against the Splash. So, and then we'll move the token back over to Minnesota. So the 2 flags against the Chill will amount for 9 points. Wow. And the 2 flags the 1 flag against the Splash will amount to 2 points. Well played, Drown Schuler. So the Splash now leads 16-2. We repeat the down. So I guess we'll move the ball back to the 5. Then it's first down again. All right, Schuler will call for a audible. Chellebeck is in the pass defense. Audible versus pass, so that means a run play from the Splash. And play 11. That will be a touchdown or a fumble. 1 is a fumble. Skaith Sprinkle with the big block that springs Kilcrease. And it's a touchdown for the Splash. How you like that? It's now 22-2. The Splash on top of the Chill. They're going to go for 6. Oh, yeah. Let me get my possession thing marker correct here. From the 6. Schuler is going to call for a pass. Chellebeck is in the react defense. Pass versus react. And we get a 19. Oh, boy. That will be player number 12, which is Gunnar Kilcrease. Medium gain. A medium gain for Kilcrease. Just needs 6. And we've got only 4. Does not make the conversion. That would have been huge. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Minnesota takes over their third possession on their own 2. They've got control of the strategy cards, but they're down 22-2. See if Chellebeck has anything up his sleeve here. He's going to call for a pass play. Ground Schuler is in the Fury defense. The splash, trying to put some heat on Tristan Snow. Back to pass. 6. So it'll be into the splash defense. That's going to be tied skirmisher. A possible sack, but also possible penalized. This could be a huge turn of events. 5 or 6 is going to be penalized for roughing the passer. Oh, and he got the 6. Would have been a touchdown for the splash. Instead, they flag him for the late hit. That's going to award 6 points for the Chill. 22-8. Well, that obviously can't overestimate what that meant. They'll also repeat the down. First down again from the 2. But instead of it being 28-2, with the splash taking over for their 4th possession, instead it's 22-8. And the Chill get a first down. We'll see if that doesn't matter in the end. All right, so it's a pass play for Chellebeck, and Schuler is in the react defense. It was the one thing they wanted to avoid was the penalties. Pass play versus react defense, a 1. So that will be Rochester Scholes, possible intercepted. Well, we once again might have a turnover here. Yep, it's intercepted. Scholes with a big interception. That'll end that possession. Wow. This thing is swinging back and forth. So, and of course, losing the control of the pawn with the turnover means they can't play that interception card that they would have liked to have played, or the referee distraction. So, the Splash gets the ball at the Minnesota 2 to start their 4th possession. It's 22-8. Gulf Coast on top. Here's Schuler with the call. It'll be a run play. Chellebeck in the run defense. Run versus run. They need a big loss here. It's going to be a 4. So into the Minnesota defense. And that will be, the guy that's making his first start. Really, they put him in for pass pressure, medium gain, or short loss. So 2, 3, or 4, it'll be a short loss. And he gets the 5 medium gain. It's going to be a touchdown for the Splash. Look at that. So that does make it 28-8. Here's the conversion for the Splash. A 6-pointer. They're going for 6. Schuler with a pass play. Chellebeck in the run defense. Oh boy. 1. That's going to be Taylor Tanasa again. So it's going to be possible penalized or intercepted. 5 or 6 is intercepted. That's what they need. Otherwise, there's going to be more points. And it is a 5, intercepted. So that will move the strategy pawn back here. That does kill the conversion. And so we go to Minnesota's final possession. They are leading 28-8. Or rather, the Gulf Coast is leading 28-8. Minnesota needs 20 points on their final possession to pull this one out. See if they can do it. Chellebeck with a audible to start things off. Against a gotcha, they're going to lose one down right there. So 2nd down. Now it's going to be another audible. This time Schuler's calling for a run defense. So Tristan Snow goes back to pass. It's a pass versus run. And 19. That'll be a medium gain for the Chill. He finds Dax Evans for only 4. That does put him at midfield, though. 3rd down from midfield. Chellebeck with a pass play again. Schuler in the Fury defense. Sending the heat. Here comes Beanie Jernigan. And it's 12. Touchdown or intercepted. 5 or 6 is intercepted. Can't afford to get the 5 or 6 here. Oh, it's a 6. Oh, but wait a minute. They've got the replay challenge card, and they do have control. They can change that to an incomplete pass with another 5 or 6. They're arguing with the ref. They're talking it over. And they got the 5. It's overturned. Incomplete. So they're still alive. But I believe that's fourth down, right? I believe it is fourth down. Here is the... I want to make sure that it is fourth down. I believe on first down, from the 2, they got the 4, they got the midfield. Right, so it is, and then that incomplete. So it's fourth down. This is going to be it. It all rides on this one play. So Chelbeck is going to call for a run play. Schuler is in the react defense. Run v. react. Oh, that wasn't a good call. They don't really have the kind of personnel to make that happen. 19. That I don't think is gonna work. Run versus react. 19. It's gonna be player 12. It's a medium gain for Tristan Snow, but they need 10, and they can only roll 2 dice. Do they have it? It could happen. Do they have? I gotta move the pawn over because they played their last card, so that means even the strategy card option is out. Well, let's see if they can get it in. They need a 10. Nope, 6. They only get 6. He gets down to the 4-yard line, but that's all. No points. And that will do it. The Gulf Coast Splash have done the impossible. They have upset the Minnesota Chill 28-8. Whoa. So that kind of throws the standings into turmoil now, doesn't it? So we got the Lunatics and the Twang and the Chill all tied at 2-1. And then we've got the Big Fun at 1 and 2, and the Splash at 1 and 2, and the Bada Bings at 1 and 2. So once again, it looks like the standings are wide open. It's anybody's title to claim. Now, just in case you're not up to speed, the 6th week is a playoff week. The number 3 and number 2 teams will play for the right to play the number 1 team for the championship, and it looks like we may have to go to tiebreakers. It's very simple in a 5-game schedule because everybody plays everybody once. So basically, if you're tied with somebody and you beat them, then you win the tiebreaker. The only thing that could mess that up would be if we have 3 teams tied with the same record and they each beat each other once. Not likely to happen, but check back with us next week and we'll see if it does. So once again, our final score, kind of a surprise, a second shocker of the week. The Gulf Coast Splash wakes up from the dead. Drown Schuler's job is safe. We didn't even have to go to the bench coach. And they knock off Chill Chelbeck and the Minnesota Chill by a score of 28-8. Thanks again for joining us. Now, Thursday night on our regularly scheduled Thursday night play space, we'll be recreating opening day 1940. Bob Feller pitched the only no-hitter on opening day ever in Major League history. And we will try to recreate that Thursday night as the Cleveland Indians take on the Chicago White Sox with Feller on the mound. We are going to give him a manager perk as a little bit of extra impetus to maybe recreate history, relive history right here on our tabletop. So until then, have a great night. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being part of the Play Games community.